Hello, welcome back to another session of English lesson for grade 8 students. This week's topic is citing sources. How would you feel if someone stole your work without properly citing you as the author or creator of it? I guess you would feel terrible or maybe angry at that person. That's why we often see this post, hashtag CTTO, which means credits to the owner, to properly tell people that that work or post is not theirs. That is our topic for this week's module, how to properly cite someone else's work as you take others' books, articles, journals, websites, editorials, musical compositions, and many more in your compositions or research paper. Citation is a reference to any item, which clearly identifies the source in which the full text of the item is to be found. Citation means to give credit or acknowledgement to the original source of information, idea, or object. It is a standardized way of crediting resources used in researches. A citation provides sufficient information to acknowledge the author and locate them. The citations made within the text is called in-text citation. This is further elaborated in the bibliography. Now, what is a bibliography? A bibliography is a list of references found at the latter part of a book or an article. The entries are arranged alphabetically according to the names of the authors. Now, why do we need bibliographies? Because they identify the sources a writer used, and also they help the reader retrieve and validate sources, which he or she may find helpful in his or her own research. So it is used to validate or to know if the data he or she collected is true. How should we write bibliographies? In writing a citation entry, there are multiple style guides being followed. One of the most popular style guides is from the APA, or the American Psychological Association, which is currently in its 7th edition. The APA style is most commonly used in the field of social sciences. Accordingly, there are 4 citation elements that should be present in your entries. One is the author, the one who crafted or created the work. 2 is the date, the specific period of the time the source was made. And then the title, the overall concept of the material, and the source or publisher, the point of origin where the source can be retrieved. With these elements in mind, your citation will achieve clarity and reliability. Always remember, though, that you should always follow proper punctuation and capitalization. For books, here is the arrangement of the elements that we discussed a while ago. Again, remember that you need to follow proper capitalization and punctuation in citing your sources. So for one author or one editor, you have to first write the author's surname first, and then the initials of the author. The next one is the year of publication, enclosed in parentheses and then period. Then the title of the book. Always follow the proper capitalization in writing the title of the book. After that, you have to put period and then the publisher, period. So here in our example, we have De Mayo, comma, L, that's the initial of the author's first name. And then the year of publication is 2015, enclosed in parentheses, and then period. Writing informative essays, period, and then the publishing house, which is Hans Publishing House. For two authors, you just have to add a second author, but write the ampersand symbol. And then, of course, for no authors or editors, you have to write the title of work, period, and then the year of publication, enclosed in parentheses, period, and then the publisher, as in this example. All right, so you have to do the task 3, which is to arrange the following elements into a citation entry. You have to observe proper alignment, capitalization, and punctuations. So you have to write this on a separate sheet of paper. Now moving on for periodicals, they are almost similar, especially with citing magazines and journals, while citing newspapers is a bit different with the other two. So for citing magazines, we have to, of course, first write the authors or author, and then period, and then the year, comma, the month it was published, and it has to be enclosed again in two parentheses, and then period. And of course, the title of the article, period, title of the periodical, and then we have to also write the volume number and then the issue number enclosed in parentheses, comma, page range. Okay. So here in this example, MUI, comma, J period M period, so that's the initial of the author, and then 2017, June, period, Ang Huling El Bimbo, and Eraserhead's Nostalgia, period, Philippine Panorama, comma, 22, issue number 4, comma, page range is 7 to 8, period. So that's for citing magazines. For newspaper, you just have to add the title of the newspaper, comma, page range. So there is no volume number and issue number. For journals, it's quite the same with the magazines. So author or authors, and then year publication enclosed in parentheses, period, the title of the article, period, title of periodical, comma, volume number, and then issue number enclosed in parentheses, comma, and then the page range. Next, you have to do the task 4. Again, you have to arrange the elements written in your module and arrange them into a citation entry. Of course, you still have to observe proper alignment, capitalization, and punctuations. So first, you have to arrange the elements of a magazine. And then arrange the elements of Arrange the elements of journals. Okay, so now moving on with the next source that we have to cite. Of course, online sources are the easiest sources of information that we can have. But of course, we still have to keep in mind how to properly cite sources from the internet. First, the website articles. Of course, we have to start with the authors or the author of that article, and then year, comma, the month, and then the day, enclosed in parentheses, and then period, title, period, and then the website name. And lastly, the unified reference location or the URL, as in the example written here. Now, for the sources that you get from Facebook and YouTube, this is how you should cite them. For Facebook post, you have to write the author's name, surname first, of course, and then the year, month, and the day it was published or posted, and then the content of the post up to the first 20 words. And of course, a description of the audio visuals, if it's an image or just a post, okay. And then, of course, the site name, which is Facebook, period, and the URL, as in the example written on the screen. For the YouTube video, of course, we have to start with the content creator's surname, or if it's a username, you have to write it there. The year and the month and the day it was published, period. And then the video title, of course, the description of the audio visuals, if it's just a video or an audio. And then the site name, which is YouTube, and the URL, of course, as in the example written on the screen. This is the next task that you have to finish. You have to arrange, of course, the elements written on your module. Observe proper capitalization punctuations. This is for Facebook and then for YouTube. Remember, citation refers to determining and acknowledging a reference according to its author, title, location, and source. Furthermore, writing a citation entry should follow the conventions of style accordingly. APA citation style pertains to the conventions and standards in documenting sources and formatting academic papers set by the American Psychological Association. Lastly, you must keep in mind the following sequence of citation elements when you write your citation entry: the author, date, title, and source or publisher. Finish all the tasks, check your understanding, post-test, and reflection. I know that you can do it, and I believe in you. If you have any questions or clarifications, you can just chat me, text me, or call me. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.